we know tourism and the visitor economy have taken a huge hit as a result of COVID. And whilst some of the businesses in other sectors have been able to continue operating at maybe a reduced rate, most businesses related to tourism have effectively been shut down just at a time when they probably rely on the spring and the summer income to sustain them for the rest of the year. So as you can imagine, that is truly devastating. And I've spent a lot of time in the past few months in contact with bed and breakfast owners, people who run small visitor attractions, pubs, hotels and restaurants, listening to their very, very real fears about the future of their businesses. And that's part of the reason why, as a council, we pushed government hard to extend the support to small businesses to cover bed and breakfasts and other businesses related to tourism who initially didn't qualify for that support. And we were successful in getting that money from government to be able to do that. But of course, yes, we would have liked more, and inevitably it's impossible to help every business to the extent we'd like to. But nonetheless, we were able to get some valuable financial support to a large proportion of businesses who needed it most. And that's a real positive. I don't need to tell you, I don't need to emphasise, but I'm going to anyway, the huge value of tourism to the Northumberland economy. You know, the figures speak for themselves. So we know we've got almost 10.5 million visitors, bringing in over £1 billion of spend to the county. And we know that this economy supports over 13,000 jobs. So going into this situation with COVID, we knew we had a strong and growing sector. But this impact could potentially see a drop of over 50% of visitors to the county, and the spend could reduce to about 370 million with thousands of jobs put at risk. That's absolutely devastating. So I think the question for us is, well, what can we actually do about this? Well, we're planning to give a huge boost to the sector through a package of what I think are really exciting measures to enable the sector to come back stronger than ever, really. And if we do see the upswing in people holidaying in this country and staying in their own home areas rather than going abroad, we need to be ready to maximise every opportunity with that. So we'd already planned the Discover Our Land programme to promote all that's great about Northumberland, and we're going to make that bigger and better, including a new digital platform which will be launched across the sector in the coming weeks. And I'm really quite excited about that. And we're doing other things behind the scenes, like developing the Hadrian's Wall partnership to maximise the benefits from a unique and fantastic World Heritage site that we're proud to have in the county. And we're actively engaging with government to secure funding to deliver our ambitious cycling and walking strategy. And that will encourage more people to get out and about and greater number of visitors. But it'll also help Glenn with his ambitious climate targets, and that's a real positive for us. And we've also secured an extra £1.5 million from the Combined Authority, which we intend to use for a range of measures to support business and the recovery of the sector. So we all know we've got some unique and some wonderful assets in Northumberland. The castles, our World Heritage site at Hadrian's Wall, beautiful rolling countryside, and an absolutely fantastic unspoilt coastline. Well, we're going to continue to promote all that's great about our county. And I think above all else, listening is a really key theme for us going forward. We've been listening to tourism businesses, large and small, throughout this period. I've done it personally, we've done it through the hub, and we've done it through offices at the County Council and through Northumberland Tourism. And we will continue to work together to move forward with our recovery plans. So with cautious optimism, I'm going to finish now, but I'm just going to give you a short message from one of our key tourism businesses. Here's Andrew Fox from Slaley Hall.
The hospitality sector will take, I think, at best December, possibly into next year to recover. However, with no one flying, no one going abroad, some of the leisure resorts and the golfing and that might recover a bit quicker. I know a lot of companies will be looking at structures, they'll be looking at job titles, looking at the business ahead and having to adjust the way people work. But I think the support network and the demand, even as citizens' advice, all that sort of stuff, I think is going to increase. And I think in about 2 months' time, once the furlough has been used for notice periods. But from a sales point of view, it's really just anything to drive that top line. And I think it's anything to get people out and about and to holiday locally. It might only be a half an hour up the road, but go and have a self-catering lodge or cottage or a breakaway because you deserve it, I think. Customer service and guest experience is more about confidence and safety right now. And if your staff are safe as well, or feel confident about being safe, then they'll be more relaxed and the service will come. So any training, any advice, I would worry that there's some bed and breakfast lifestylers who are just really worried sick, actually. So that's up to us if it's in Northumberland to reach out, but get that communication going really for those guys to see if there's anything non-financial that the council can do. We're lucky because of the amount of leisure businesses and the staycation opportunity. It's a great time, to be honest, even though it's out of adversity. It's a great time to relook at all this, actually, and get closer working together, because these accommodation forums or the attractions or the outdoor spaces forums, they're the three strands that we need to keep pushing on. So I think it's good what we've set up. We just need to get the right people and get the engagement.